Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I'm on a financial freedom journey with my family and I share all about that on this channel. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and become a part of my YouTube family. Today we are going to be talking about our September budget. Holy cow, it's already like almost fall. I can't believe this. I feel like summer just started and my kiddo is about to go back to school, which is so exciting. I know that a lot of you guys that I follow on Instagram already have had your kids go back to school, but for some reason in the Midwest, we start a lot later. So my son doesn't actually start school until the first week of September. If you have kids, let me know in the comments down below. When do your kids start school? Do they start school in August or September? I always think it's interesting. I know a lot of kids actually start like the beginning of August, and that's so different from how it is here. Anyways, we're going to be going over our September budget, which is a really exciting budget because we are going to be moving into our new house for September, which is so exciting. So we will have a new mortgage amount, which I'll talk a little bit about in a minute. And we also have 3 paychecks in the month of September as well. So we'll have some extra income, which I will let you guys know how we're planning on spending that, which will be very exciting. So let's go ahead and get into it. So for the month of September, like I said, we do have 3 paychecks. So my husband and I are both paid bi-weekly and we're actually paid on the same weeks. We used to be paid alternating weeks, but that changed in 2022. So now we get paid the same weeks. So that means that we both have 3 paychecks. This actually happened in April and then now it's happening again in September, and it will not happen again until 2023. So there'll only be 2 months this year where we both get paid 3 times. We are estimating our income to be $10,600. So that is, again, just from our day jobs. We do typically have side hustle income. If you're new to my channel, I do Debt Free Friday every single week where we talk about our side hustle income for the week. Almost every week we pretty much have side hustle income, but I never count that in our budget because, again, that's just extra money that I never want to count on for like our necessities, our regular budget. So that's kind of just extra money that I put towards our financial goals. So the only money that we use for our budget is just our regular salaries from our day jobs. Let's go ahead and go over our fixed expenses. So the first is our mortgage. And like I said, we're actually closing on our house this week when you're watching this. So if you're watching this live on Tuesday, we are actually closing on Friday. So that's really exciting. So I don't actually know what our new mortgage is. So I have not gotten all the documents yet. So this will be for October 1st. This will be our first mortgage payment at the new house. Again, I don't know the exact amount yet because I haven't gotten all the paperwork that I need yet when I'm filming this. So I will update you guys when I do our budget closeout like I always do with the exact amount. And then for October budget, obviously we'll know what the amount is. But for now, I'm kind of having to guesstimate. So I'm guesstimating a little bit high, I think. I'm going to guesstimate $2,300. I think it might be closer to $2,200, but I would rather obviously estimate a little bit high just to make sure we're covering that. And that is our mortgage, our taxes, and our insurance and our HOA. All of those things wrapped into that one mortgage payment. So obviously that is a lot more than my budgets previously. We sold our house in July, so we are moving into our new house. It's definitely a lot more expensive, but we've been preparing for this. We knew this was coming. We wanted to move into a better school district, and you know, it's just more expensive. And honestly, the taxes are kind of what's really driving this up significantly. It's a lot higher taxes, so it is what it is. It's worth it to us. And I know that that might not be worth it to everybody to have a more expensive mortgage. So if that would not be worth it to you, I totally understand. But for us, we've been working towards this for a really long time. This was a huge reason why we wanted to become debt free so that we could afford to have a more expensive home in a nicer area. Definitely is a hard pill to swallow though, because I was really loving our really small mortgage payments, but we did not want to stay in our old house for the long term. So again, we knew this was coming eventually. Then we have our cell phones. So this is for both my husband and I's cell phones. So we pay $130 for both of our cell phones. Then we also have our Netflix, and that is at $16. And then we have our Peloton bike, which I really need to get back on that bike. I have been slacking really hard since we've been like moving and planning the move and everything. We've actually had it in the basement, not even plugged in, to be honest with you guys, because when we listed the house, we actually moved it. It used to be in our dining room and we moved it down to the basement, and where we moved it, there's not a plug, so we couldn't have plugged it in anyway. So yeah, it's been basically in storage for the last like month and a half. And yeah, not super happy about that, but it is what it is. We kind of had to put it out of sight for a little while we sold the house. And we needed to get it out of the dining room basically because, you know, we didn't want to have it like in the main living area of the house when we were doing like showings and stuff. So it's basically been in storage. So I cannot wait to move and finally get back on the bike in the next couple of weeks. I'm really excited. I want a better routine. It's just the last couple of weeks with moving have been so crazy. And I feel like it's been really hard for me, like, to just make it day to day, to be completely honest with you guys. Like, it has been a mental struggle for me lately, really bad, living in this house with like boxes everywhere and like half of our stuff packed and like the kids. It's been a lot. So for my mental health, I really need to get back on a good exercise regimen, and I'm really excited to do that once we get settled and moved in and unpacked and all that. Then we have our internet. So we were not able to transfer our internet because our new house does not have the same internet providers available to us. So we actually did have to cancel our plan with AT&T and get a different plan. So I'm estimating $60, but I feel like it might actually be a little bit more than this because we have to have a technician come out to the new house and set up our internet. I don't know exactly how much that's going to be yet because I haven't gotten the bill yet. So I will update this in our budget closeout if it is more expensive. I can't remember if they said that that was covered or not, if it was free with our install. But yeah, like I said, it's been a lot. I've been calling a lot of people and I quite honestly cannot remember what they told me. So I don't know if it's going to be a little bit more expensive or if it'll be $60. Like the monthly fee itself is the same pretty much, like within a couple of dollars. So it'll still be $60 a month, but I think our first month might be a little bit more expensive. And then we have our giving. So we do have just a reoccurring donation set up. So that's been working out great. And that is for $100. Then we have preschool for my daughter. So she goes to a part-time program right now. And there's actually 5 weeks in the month of September that we need to pay this. So it's actually $1,040, just the way that the weeks fell. And it actually worked out fine because we ended up having the extra paychecks as well. So that kind of helped us with that. But it is an extra week. So that'll be $1,040. Then we also actually have a wedding to go to. I haven't been to a wedding in quite a while, actually. Obviously with like COVID and stuff, we actually did have a few weddings that were then moved or like rescheduled during like 2020, 2021. And so we do have a wedding coming up in the end of September. So I'm really excited about that. It's a family member of mine. So it'll be fun to kind of see everybody. I'm actually going to budget $100. Let me know in the comments down below though, like, what do you guys give for weddings? I feel like it's kind of a taboo topic, but I always just do cash personally, or like checks. Obviously I don't like give them cash, but I prefer to just give cash. But is 100 enough? Like, that's an honest question. I feel like we've been giving 100 like forever. And is it like, do we increase that with inflation? Let me know. I really don't know. I was actually thinking of doing like 150, but I don't really know. I'm going to leave it at 100 for now, and then I'm going to see what you guys say in the comments. Like I said, we have not been to a wedding in a couple of years, so we've always given 100, but is that enough? I don't know. So then we also have our electric. Again, this is going to be kind of a weird one because we do have our electric at our current house that I'm filming this in right now because we haven't closed on our new house yet. So we have to finish out the pay period of our electric with this house, and then we're going to be switching it to the new house. And so with how that's going, I don't really know if it's going to affect our bill or not. I don't know if like our billing date is going to change or anything. So I'm going to budget $225. And then, like I said, a lot of this stuff is just going to be kind of falling out when we do our budget closeout, and you guys will just see the actual numbers then. I almost didn't post this video because like there's so many things that I'm just not sure about. But I figured I would just film it, and then, you know, we'll just talk more about things specifically in the budget closeout. So that leaves our total fixed expenses at $4,016. And that leaves us with a remaining of $6,584. So moving up to variable expenses. So we always do our personal spending. So my husband and I both get $100 each. So that's a total of $200 for personal spending. Gas, we changed this to $175. That's been, $175. That's been working out pretty well for us. And then we have our groceries. I'm actually going to do a little more than we've been doing. So I'm going to do $800 this month because we do have the extra income. And I just figured with moving into the new house, as I'm filming this right now, we are a few days away from moving, and we have almost eaten everything we have. I am actually really proud of that. We have basically no food in our fridge, freezer, and pantry right now. We have like a few snacks and like a little bit of fruit and like some milk, and that's basically it. So we've been working really hard over the last couple weeks to completely, because I really hate moving food. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I hate moving food. So I've been trying to completely drain it. I honestly don't even know if 800 is going to be enough because of how bare our pantry and freezer and fridge is. So I'm going to go with 800, and then we might end up even spending more than that because, like I said, we literally have no food. I have a huge Costco run that I want to do when we move in finally and just get some of our basics and restock on things. So I'm hoping 800 will cover it, but again, might not be enough, especially with the food prices right now. And then we have our family fun, which is $100. And like I said, my son is starting school this month, the month of September. And so I'm sure we're probably going to do something fun like before he actually officially starts or something like that. Then we have our miscellaneous at $200 and our dining out at $250, which again, with like moving, the dining out, I probably should have increased, but we're going to just roll with it and see what we can do with $250. So that brings our total variable expenses to $1,725, and that leaves us with a $4,859 remaining. Next, we're going to move down to our sinking funds. So I always do basically the same sinking funds every single month. I have for quite a long time. So we have car, home, Christmas, kids, and vacation. And I'm actually going to be funding these a little bit more heavily than I have been because we do have the extra income this month, and I want to just make sure that these are all in a good spot. So for car, I'm going to do $150. For home, I'm going to do $100. For Christmas, I'm going to do $200. So why I'm doing $200 when I normally do $75 is because we actually got rid of our Christmas tree when we were planning on this move. Our Christmas tree was actually broken anyways. It probably could have been fixed, but I decided to just give it away to somebody who wanted it, and we are going to have to buy a new Christmas tree. So I did not initially anticipate doing any like major Christmas decoration shopping this year, but we are going to buy a new Christmas tree. So I want to kind of beef this one up a little bit. So we did $200. Then kids, I'm going to do $75. And vacation, we're doing $300. We are anticipating going on vacation in like March, April. I actually don't know exactly the dates yet. I need to look at the calendar. But for spring break for my son, I'm hoping we'll be able to do like a family trip in that time frame. So we need to really beef up our vacation fund. We do have a decent amount in there, and we also do usually travel hack with my Southwest credit card. We pretty much always fly for free using that credit card. So I'm not too worried about the cost. Like it'll basically just be wherever we go, like the lodging and then anything that we want to do while we're there. So I'm going to start trying to beef this one up a little bit, but I figured since we have extra income this month that we would try to get a head start and just put some extra money in there. So that brings our sinking funds to $825, and that leaves our remaining at $4,034. And if you've been around here for a while, you know where that's going to go. It's going to go towards our financial goals. I don't break it out on here because I don't quite know what exactly we're going to be putting this towards yet. If you guys follow my Debt Free Friday videos, that's where I go over that in detail every single week. So stay tuned for those videos in September, and we will kind of see where we're going to put this. We are working currently on our house fund and our Roth IRA. So it'll be going probably towards those two things. I don't know exactly the breakdown yet, but we do have a really great amount of money for September. So I'm really excited to hopefully have an awesome month and just get settled in our house. And I'm just really excited for September, getting back into routines and just, settling in. It'll feel really good to finally, after this really crazy summer, be settled into our house and just chill out for a little while. Nothing too eventful, hopefully, September. So that is all I have for you guys for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back here on Friday with Debt Free Friday, so definitely stick around and hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you then. Bye, guys.